What Farnborough is really about is the contacting and networking of suppliers and customers and major figures from the big companies, meeting with potential customers for all around the world who come to look at the products in one place. So it's not really about the deals are the dramatic thing that journalists find convenient to publicise, but actually the informal meetings which are going on all the time and the delegations that are coming round, they're the real importance of the show. Obviously British companies have take a particular pride in being here, and I think what we can see is there are an unusually large number of SMEs here, small and medium-sized enterprises, that are trying to take advantage of what the government is saying about their wish that SMEs have a bigger part, particularly in defence. British companies these days are pretty much integrated with some of the multinational enterprises. So the big products here, and you can see the Typhoon behind me, and I'm looking straight ahead at the A380 and the A400M. These are products from Airbus and from EADS. Airbus is a subsidiary of EADS. These are international products in which British companies have got a very large role. The British defence aerospace sector is these days dominated by obviously BAE Systems, which is a largely British company with very extensive holdings in the United States. Rolls-Royce are obviously very important. They're another clearly British company with extensive holdings in the United States. But the next, the bigger defence contractors outside BAE Systems are actually companies that are owned elsewhere in Europe. We have Finmeccanica, I think, is the second largest defence employer in the UK, because that now owns what was Westland Helicopters, and it owns Celex, which is an electronics business, and we have EADS, which is a European Aerospace and Defence Systems, which has very extensive holdings in the UK, including in the manufacture of Airbus wings. So in many ways the British companies are at the large end are really not there anymore. Obviously with larger aircraft, Boeing and Airbus are completely dominant, but there are competitor countries and companies that are trying to break into their position. We have Bombardier and Embraer from Brazil that are really making some inroads into the smaller single-aisle jet market. And of course we have China and Russia that are trying to build up their commercial aerospace business as well as their military products. Now they're all apparent here. Farnborough is an air show, and like any other commercial activity, and for the organisers it is a commercial activity, it has its rivals. Its next biggest rival is probably Paris, but of course there are also countries in East Asia now that are trying to put on air shows, Singapore and so on, that actually are rival to this. So far Farnborough has managed to hold them off. It's held every 2 years, and it remains the biggest air show in the world.